Welcome to Mastery Muse, to the next Mastery Talk. The purpose of this series is to bring exciting stories of many, many people who had the courage and the guts to pursue their own way in life. And today, our guest is Danja Bauer, and Danja is gonna tell you how she pursued her way of life. So, Danja, welcome to the channel. Tell us about yourself.
Thank you, Marika, for your invitation. Wait, let me check something before we start. Yips. Okay. What was the question?
Tell us about yourself.
Okay, how much time do you have?
We have as much as you need.
Okay, so I'm Danja. I am from Vienna. And I also live in Cyprus, sunny Cyprus. I am a singer, a professional singer and speaker and public speaking trainer. So yeah, that's it. And I started singing when I was 8 years young. I played guitar and I discovered my singing voice. I was singing, the first song was like the easy one when you learn guitar. It's Bruder Jakob, schläfst du noch, schläfst du noch?
I know the Polish version.
and somehow I listened and I thought, okay, that sounds somehow nice, my singing voice. And then I laughed and continued to play guitar and sing along with. And later on, I also won my first karaoke competition when I was 19 years old. And the next day, a band called me and asked me if I want to sing in a band. And I said, yes. And that's how my professional singing career started. But my parents said, okay, they knew, okay, I love singing, I have a talent for it. But they said, Danja, you have to learn something worthy because singing is a breadless job. Yes. And that's why I went into a total different direction. I made a commercial school. I studied business, international business administration, made a master, and then I went into the asset management field. I became a sales manager for a finance magazine. So I have been doing this for a long time. But I realized that my talent and also my passion is about voice. Everything about voice. And that's why I made a professional education, a speaking education and training, and became also a moderator, an event moderator. So this was everything on a side job with the other job in the asset management field. I was singing, I became a moderator. I also was a voiceover for many commercials and spots. And yeah, and I always was somehow, let's say, angry about many people speaking in front of a public. For example, during university time, all the professors, or also some sales managers in the asset management field, they gave somehow presentations and I thought, are they taking sleeping pills or what? Why can't they speak like music? And I always was angry because I never would go on stage as a singer and sing a boring song like Bruder Jakob, schläfst du noch, schläfst du noch? And that's why I was so angry, because I think it's everybody who is standing in front of an audience, whether it is a singer or a speaker, he or she should do her or his best to really excite the audience. And then a friend of mine told me, yeah, go to Toastmasters. I said, what is Toastmasters? And one day I went into a Viennese Toastmaster club. And then, wow, this was exciting because there are speakers who use vocal variety, body language, they give exciting speeches, they use storytelling, and so on and so on. And I thought, wow, this is the art of speaking. In my opinion, speaking can be an art like does. And that's why I joined Toastmasters, and that's why I met you.
But how long? I think you've been much longer at Toastmasters than me, actually. So.
Yes, and Toastmasters changed a lot for me. I mean, yes, it was already the year 2018. And I fell in love with speaking in front of an audience. I really made an art about it. And I gave many speeches, 60 speeches. And then I said, okay, I really want to do something what I love and what's my passion and my talent. Not that I'm not interested in asset management and all the financing, but I was more interested, and it was more my talent to be on stage as a singer and a speaker. And one day in the year 2019, at the end of this year, I said, okay, I quit the asset management field. I really wanted to stay on stage and sing and speak.
That's really nice to hear. And when I'm thinking about this, I can imagine so many people who want to pursue their passion and they don't trust themselves in a way, or they want it, but they don't take this step in a way. You know what I mean?
Yes, I know so many people when, for example, some days ago, I spoke to a Toastmasters member, and she is a great dancer. And she said, I was a great dancer, but I'm not doing this anymore. And somehow I love it, but I don't do this. And this is really, I want to tell you, follow your passion. Do it. Whether you do it for your profession like I'm doing now, or for your hobby, but do it. Never give it up.
I think it's so important, extremely important piece of advice, because you never know where it will take you. I kind of feel like we are a combination of different skills, and sometimes we use one skill more than another, but in the end, we somehow find our way, or some of those skills could become our purpose. And like for you make the world better by inspiring people to use their voice and stop giving boring speeches. Yes. And maybe somebody else can do it with dancing by bringing joy to other people, or expressing themselves and inspire others to do the same. I kind of feel like humanity is so rich. We can't, like, one single person cannot do everything. So it's important that many people follow many different passions in a way.
But very often the passion lies in a field of art, like singing, dancing, painting, whatever. And then, of course, the environment tells you, yeah, this is a breadless job. Don't do it for living. Just do a useful job, like being in a bank or being in a big company, and so on and so on. And study economics or business administration. This is something worthy. But I tell you, so many people, they are waking up now, and they say, I want to do something in my life what I love doing. And the better is, the sooner you wake up, the better.
That's true.
Yes, because I was always singing as a side job. I always, since I'm 19, I have been singing, and this is good because it somehow happened. But I had the luck, that it happened. But many people don't have this luck, but they should do it. Yeah.
I think by doing this, we kind of help luck a little bit. Like, we invite luck to help us somehow, because if you're consistent, like, luck is just like something happens at a certain time, and if we don't engage in a certain activity at that time, well, we're not gonna have this opportunity. And I think now about the concept of time. Like in Europe, for example, we imagine, or like in Western cultures, we imagine the time as a line. So, you know, it's from the past, you're getting born, and then you follow this line of time. So if you are, if luck comes at this point and you miss it, well, then you missed your chance. And there is a lot of pressure. But what I liked thinking is the different way of time, like a clock, like a circle. And that's all common in Asian cultures. So if you miss the 12 o'clock, then don't worry, 12 o'clock will come again, but you better be ready at this time. So I think this is why it's so important to pursue the skills and not just forget them, and especially not beat yourself up when you missed one chance, because another one will come.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because I had the luck, of course, I was working in a travel agency when I was 19. And then there was the first singing competition of Austrian Airlines with all the travel agents. And I participated. I had time. I was not ill. And I won. Okay. But if I would have missed it, then maybe there was another chance, because there were many competitions at this time with karaoke. Yeah. Just do it. Just do your passion, follow your dream, follow your talents and passion. Otherwise, you really are sad about this when you're not doing it.
When I was 19, when I was 19 or around 20, I also participated in a competition. It was a dance competition. It was kind of a modern dance. We had a group. And after this, we could do solo dance. And because at school, in primary school, when I danced wildly at the disco, school disco, I noticed later that some kids were like laughing at me. And I remember I went back home crying. So for this competition, when I was 19, I created a choreography, and it was like very rehearsed and very simple, like, you know, first beat and the hair, then something really super simple. And I went there, you know, there was like a sports hall, and there was some audience and some competitors, of course, like other participants in the competition. And I tried to dance my like very average choreography. And I saw a girl in front of me, and she was just wild. She was like a bomb of energy. She just felt the music, let herself go. And I danced there, and I thought, well, she's like me in primary school, no? And I'm here, and I feel like, what the heck am I doing? I felt so embarrassed. But because of this experience, it was like a total disaster. Like, thankfully, it was never recorded. I hope it wasn't.
But it's recorded in your mind.
Oh, God. I think I would be the most famous TikTok disaster. Like, it was... But because of this experience, my Grand Prix in Salsa in like 3 years ago or 4, I just went there and I thought, like, I'm going to give everything, because that's what I learned. And we won this competition. We won this.
Wow,
really amazing. So I feel like every experience kind of, even if we don't use it as we expected, we can take something for the future from it.
Yeah, but great that you're still dancing. I mean, this is your passion. This is your talent, I think. And this is exciting.
Since I started this YouTube channel, I really don't have time for dancing. But I promised that once I reach 100 subscribers, I will do a happy dance. Now I'm on 112 and I still haven't done it. So I need to kick my butt and do it.
Reserve the time, yeah.
Actually, this brings me to a question, because you are now kind of independent, right? You follow your passion and so on.
Yes, independence is my biggest value in my life. Yeah.
So how do you motivate yourself? Because I can imagine that when something external doesn't give you, you know, the structure or some routine or some deadlines, then it could be difficult to keep motivated. So what helps you stay motivated?
Yeah, I do actually many things to stay motivated. So when I wake up almost every day, almost every day, I start with affirmations. I start to say for what I'm grateful for. I also, do some exercises for my voice, for my body. Yeah. And what else I'm doing? I'm dancing a little bit. And so I wake up very mindful with music and affirmations and visualizations. This is great. And in the evening when I go to bed, I also do affirmations and relax for sleeping. And for motivation, it's very important that you do what you love. And this is what I'm doing. I love singing. I love being a speaker and coach people how they speak with more confidence and excitement and impact and impact. And this gives me joy. So almost everything I'm doing is that bookkeeping, for example. I don't do, but I have to do this. Yeah, many things I do, I love and like, and that's why maybe that's why I'm so joyful. I'm surrounded by wonderful people. So it's also good that you choose your friends, very well, and that I always learn a lot every day. So I love learning and progressing every day. Yeah, I do so many things what I love, and this is why maybe I'm joyful. I love eating. And I eat very, very healthy and good food. So many things I have my Glücksgefühle.
The happy vibes feeling. That's nice.
And music gives me a lot of joy. So every day there is music. When I wake up, there is music and I'm singing and yeah.
What's your song for like bad times? It sounds like you have a lot of joy and a lot of positive vibes, and I can so relate to this because I feel like I also found a place in life where I do a lot of things, but they all are connected to my purpose of like helping people learn, getting confidence, courage to pursue their own story, like their own path. But sometimes when they're like, shitty weather, I don't know, some different like difficulties, unexpected things happen. Do you have some special song that
Yes,
helps you lift up again?
I need when I need energy and drive. I love to listen to David Guetta's song. Yes, I love it because they are so exciting. They push me, give me more energy, and then I'm dancing, and then I'm feeling better a little bit.
That sounds nice. I'm really curious about different people and different songs because I noticed that also like music helps me feel better as well. Yeah. But very often I just immediately get into my, thinking mode and I don't even start music. And only later I realize that, I'm so tired and somehow, I could use something to relax me. And if this music was there in the background, I might be just in a much better state. So better flow somehow.
It's so true. When I wake up and it is so silent, I really have to turn on the music because it gives you positive vibes when you listen to music. It makes your heart sing when you listen to music. That's why music is so important for everybody. And music was my first love and it will be my last.
That's nice. Since you mentioned music and you mentioned, that you would wish that more people would speak more like music. Yes. Like, what would be the starting point for somebody? Let's imagine somebody who doesn't know Toastmasters, never went to, never gave any speech. They kind of afraid of speaking publicly, but maybe they have to give a presentation at school or whatever, at university. What would be some tips, like starting points that you could give?
Yeah. So I work with a lot of solo entrepreneurs who are somehow afraid of speaking in public. They say, I'm not feeling well when I go on stage. I really want to do my speech as fast as I can. And so they have a lack of confidence somehow. And then I work with them on, let's say, three things. So the first thing is having a clear speech structure. Because when you know what you bring at the beginning, what you bring in the middle and at the end, and gives you somehow a red or golden thread you can follow and hold on to, this gives you safety. Yeah, this is so important. So I just finished working with a solo entrepreneur, and she had this feeling of being uncomfortable on stage, and I gave her this speech structure, and it really helped her so much. It was amazing. It was so after 3 hours working with her, when we had this speech structure, she knew what to say when. And then I say also, please write down the speech how you speak. I mean, many people write down the speech in the written way, but you should write down your speech in how you actually speak. And then you just know, okay, here's the thing I have to do in the beginning, here's something I have to do in the middle, and then you speak freely. You speak freely when you know, okay, here it comes this. In the body, I speak about 3 points, for example. And then they speak freely. And so this is first a structure, then also speak freely, and with how you speak, write it down how you speak. And the third thing is, I visualize your great performance. And this is what I gave her as well. Visualize how your people are clapping, how people coming after your speech to you, and yes, thank you very much. And this is what happened with her. She went on stage. She gave her speech with the speech structure. She felt very secure, and after that speech, many people came to her and said, wow, thank you. And even a reporter from a magazine, this was actually a very famous newspaper, asked her if she wants to give an article in the newspaper. And this is the success after some hours working with her. And when people come to me and say they are unconfident, these three things do miracle, I tell you.
I kind of experienced them also with Toastmasters, like the structure, actually everything I did so far, like structure, the delivery, and then visualization. Also for this dance competition I mentioned to you, with like, trying this salsa steps and then practicing them, writing them down, also trying to figure out how they transition from one to another. And also visualizing, like we would visit the venue the day before just to have a look at it. And in the evening, when I was still already in my hotel room, I would lie down and just try to visualize how I dance there, how I'm having fun, how it's a really rewarding experience. I think it's important for any topic of learning as well.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, because you also mentioned before about learning, that you like learning new things. Is there something like you still want to learn this year, or you have some kind of goal for yourself or some focus?
I have many goals. So actually at the moment, I'm doing, it's called ecstatic sales. So I still also like selling, and it's very important to sell yourself, to commercialize yourself, whether you are a singer, a coach, a public speaking trainer, whatever. It helps you a lot. And so this is what I'm learning now and what I'm in now in this program. And yeah, let's see how it works. And I do a lot of visualization and affirmations. This I practice. So this is my new routine. And let's see which miracle it will happen the next days or months or this year. Yeah. So I love learning and everything about public speaking, and singing is always a process, and also sales is also good. Yeah. But I also like to speak to experienced people, and I ask them a lot of things like you are doing. When you are asking people about their life and what they love and about their experience, you learn so much.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's true. Like, when some, like, if I think of, I lost my voice, I lost my friend. It was too many thoughts at the same time. But what I wanted to say is that when I think back to myself, when I was still like a teenager or a young adult, I would consider myself like a autodidact, like a self-learner, self-taught person in many aspects. I would read through books, from like learning by doing and trial and error and so on. And now when I'm a bit older, I actually love learning with people and from people. I always think about it this way. If I read 3 books, it would take me maybe 3 days if I didn't have to work. So like 3 days. And if I talk to somebody, maybe this person, they read maybe as many books as I did, and they remember the most important things. So just by engaging with them, I could get these key insights and, you know, reflect on them, and maybe together with some story that they already have behind. And it's so much more satisfying.
Yes.
It's really amazing that there are so many people that you can find who are actually willing and open to share their stories.
Yes, because they went through different parts of their life, and they give you the essence, the thing they experience the most, and you get to know the essence. You don't need to read so many books and books and books, but here is what the essence makes it. And yeah, when you ask people and ask questions, you learn a lot, definitely.
That's true.
Yes.
Maybe to sum up and wrap up our call, what is like the essence that you would want to for people to remember?
Yes. As I already said, when you find out your passion and your talent, this is very important, because I see some people, actually many people, who even don't know what they are passionate about. And this is somehow sad, because this is what gives you energy and your joy in your life. So find out your passion and your talent, and then live them.
That's a very cool, strong message. And I can absolutely kind of like write my name also underneath yours. So thank you so much for sharing this. For the audience here, if you have any questions to Danja, you can write them down in the comments. I will make sure that they will reach her. And of course, I'm going to also tag her contacts, her LinkedIn or her YouTube channel. So you can also check out Danja's content and learn from her to speak more like music and find
yes. This is another topic we can talk about.
That's another topic. We should maybe make a follow-up conversation dedicated to that topic.
Yes.
Let's do that. Then thank you so much and take care.
Bye.
Bye.